So, Drexo, nice for you to join me at the last minute. I wasn't sure if you're going to join me, but thank you for joining me tonight to talk about your experience with the pre-alpha footage you got from EVO. Before we get into it, this was your first EVO, correct?
Correct.
How was it?
It was a once in a lifetime experience for me because I've been saving up my money to travel to a big event like EVO. Last year I went to CEO thinking that Skullgirls was going to be there, but I didn't like inform myself correctly, and there aside from one setup, there was like no Skullgirls competition over there.
Oh.
But then when I heard like Skullgirls is going to be community, there was going to be a community tournament for Skullgirls at EVO, and plus the developers at Hidden Barber were going to be there. I said like, all right, I'm going to save my money. I'm going to go there and do whatever I can to meet the people at Hidden Barber and also like have a great time with the Skullgirls community.
Nice. I've been keeping an eye on all the pictures you've been taking on Twitter, and it definitely looked like you had a blast over there. Yeah, no, it looks like you were just having the time of your life. So I'm glad that you definitely experienced that. So I wanted to ask in regards to the footage you got. Now I don't speak Spanish, so like I'm unable to decipher what you're talking about in the video, but what exactly did you find with the pre-alpha footage that you were given?
Okay, I talked first asking permission from Mighty Suck and also Jesse, who is an engineer at Hidden Barber, to ask them if I could record some footage of the pre-alpha setup that they had for Maria at their booth. They allowed me. The only thing that I tried to record around like 1 hour of footage, but something happened with my laptop and like 40 minutes of that footage got lost, sadly.
Okay.
The other amount that I could record was on the video, but I managed to ask Jesse, the person who worked at programming Marie, about what were their ideas for the character. The main one is that they wanted to return to the concept of characters in the base roster, similar like Philia was, like Cervella, Valentine. Like, let's make a character that feels that that should have launched with the game.
Okay. Okay, that's cool. And it definitely, season 1 of this has definitely been that. We've had Umbrella, Black Dahlia, Marie as well, not to mention Annie. So it definitely feels and definitely looks like it's the direction they're going to. In terms of what, how she felt, like, I guess I'll start with movement. Like, how does she feel, like, movement-wise?
Movement-wise, she feels a little bit like Philia. In terms of, well, let me get back to the idea that Jesse told me about the ideas around the character.
Mm-hmm.
Like, with all characters that are in season 1, they all feel like combo heavy or heavy with mechanics and different like movement options, combos, complexity. So with Marie, they're not trying to complicate the character with that many special moves, like complex combos. They're trying to make a character that it should be viable and also playable for people from all types of knowledge in the game.
Okay, interesting. Would she be? I want to say, would she like be a character to start to learn the game?
Maybe, but I think that Marie fills a role that we don't have currently in the game, I think, because she is more like a setup character. Because most of her combos depend more on how you set up, let's say, the dust bunnies or the giant skeletons that those are her combo extenders, and those are the ways that she can like frame trap you or extend her combos.
Okay, interesting. I didn't think. Huh. I wouldn't have think of Marie being a set type of character. I mean, it makes more sense now. I'm kind of looking at the footage and what she can do. Because I figured like she would be like the mid-range close type of character in terms of like where she would be best at. But hearing that it's going to be a setup character, that's interesting to hear. That's very interesting to hear. In regards to my next question is what. I guess my question would be actually in the sense of like what had they said like what are the other ideas they had with Marie when it came to making her, if they disclose that.
When I asked them like how they will try to translate the ideas of Marie as a boss character into a playable character for everyone, they try to like find a middle point, because the idea for this version of Marie is a Marie that has managed to overcome the influence of the skull heart. Like she has complete control of her human self and also the possessed side of the skull heart and all those magical powers. So in that sense, this is the result of that.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So it's almost kind of like an umbrella situation, sort of, where like she has the power of the Skullgirl, but she's more in control of it.
Yeah, like if we remember how her boss version plays, she has her skeleton projectiles. She can summon skeletons, and also she has a lot of armor. So some moves of her have armor. She can summon her minions. So instead of launching skeleton heads, she has her bunnies. Instead of like the giant image of the Trinity of the Goddess like falling down of you or hitting you, you have that huge skeleton. I believe it's called Hildegard or Hildegard.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay.
So
cool.
so that's like not like still trying to have the original concept of Boss Marie, but now in a playable version.
Gotcha. Okay. In regard, so as you said earlier, like she's a setup character, and that's what they stated. What are the things that stood out to you when you were playing her?
First, the thing that we're going to see a lot is her spin. That's her quarter circle back, and that thing is very fun because the light version is a side switch. So you can be in front of the character, use the light version, and immediately side switch to like try to mix them out or do a crossover. You can do the second version with medium. That's plus on block. So if you're trying to combo your opponent and still try to be on advantage, you use the medium version. Or if you think your opponent is going to like do a check or try to counter it, you use the heavy version, and that comes with one hit of armor.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Huh. So the medium version is safe.
Yes.
That's actually good to know. That's very good to know. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that was. I think when I was I was kind of checking out the combo breaker footage prior, and I saw that move come out, and I didn't really think about it at the time, but when I saw it being used during the EVO stage, or used the EVO stage between Sonic and the kill stage, when I saw it in action, I kind of lost my mind. It's just like, oh right, this thing, like the light version where you just switch on the other side. It is wild and nuts. It is basically like doubles, similar like movements when it comes to side switching, but. Yeah. I would say better.
Yeah, definitely better, because with double, that's she's like making a step, like she's stepping from one side to another. But with Marie's spin, like she needs to be close to do that. In case she's far away, you can use the spin to avoid one projectile hit.
Oh,
if you time it correctly, because the window for invincibility is like very short.
Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that you can actually use it to go through projectiles, even though it's a tight window. So is that move projectile invul, or is it full like invul?
Didn't manage to like test it out so much. I know that it was very hard for someone to like avoid Roll Fortune's lasers, but there was someone on the setup that managed to use the spin to avoid Cerebella's diamond.
Okay. I definitely, man, I definitely can I get my hand can I wait to get my hands on it so I can definitely test out ideas and theories in terms of like what you can do. But that's good to know. I did not know that it has some sort of property you can get through projectiles. So as you talked before, in terms of like movement wise, like you said that she is definitely seems similar speed to Philia, correct?
Yes. I think like a little bit slower, because as you can see on the footage, like she's able to like stop herself in the air to charge up. I think that's her heavy kick, that when she spins the what do you call it? The what's her tool that she uses?
Which one?
The thing that sucks dirt.
Oh, the grab?
That's what you call that thing?
The
machine?
The vacuum?
The vacuum. Yeah, that.
Oh,
she uses her. Yeah, when she uses her heavy kick, she can stop herself in the air and charge the vacuum for a hit. If it's full charge and it hits, you get a bounce.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, and also similar, if you use your, I think it was medium kick, she can do like an uppercut hit in the air. So she has ways to stop her movement in case like the opponent tries to like hit them or maybe like trick them while she's coming forward in the air. She has the ability to stop herself with some move. And also something very special is the ability of using Hildern, the skeleton, because she has two versions of him. In the footage, there was a bug that they told me, and very much they were using it. Like if you use a special command for Hildern, the punch version, you can make him spawn twice, so make the opponent like stay in position more, blocking more. But the important version for me was the second one, because the second one you can set up Hildern in the air and he will shoot a laser. The laser then will hit the ground, and after a second the ground will explode. So if the opponent is near the ground that the laser touch, they have to stay and block, because that thing can make like a cross under for them, hit them like below.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Yeah, like that alone is just really good from what I've seen from her. And one of the things, and I think this might have been shown during the EVO stage, was that that laser when it hits the ground, that is only if you're on the ground. Like, does it? I don't think it hits if you're jumping, correct? Or I mean, just kind of guessing hitbox wise.
Yeah, correct. If you're currently grounded, then you have to block. But if you want to be safe, you can jump it.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So talking about the big skeleton guy, Hildred. So in regards to like some of the normals that we saw, like, you know, he can throw a big punch, he can do a laser. Was there anything that was not shown in terms of like what he can do, or specifically was there anything else wise that caught your eye?
Well, I was surprised like Hildred can be negated.
Oh, okay.
Same with the dust bunnies.
Mhm.
If Marie is hit during during the start of animation of Hildredge or dust bunnies, they disappear. So they don't have they are not like their own characters like with their own hitboxes.
Okay.
Like in some occasions you see like he disappears. That's the moment that Marie got hit. So in case like you want to ruin her her setups, you just need to manage to get one hit on her.
Okay. Okay. So it acts like Squiggly's SBO, where like if you hit Squiggly, when she has it out, like it goes away. So the same case for Marie when it comes to her skeletons and dust bunnies.
Yes.
Okay. That's interesting. I know that dust bunnies you can definitely hit away, but also if you're Marie, you can also knock them forward, so you can actually advance it, which is kind of cool. I'm not sure if you did this, but I was wondering, like, could you snap the dust bunny so it can fly over the place like you do with Miss Fortune?
No, we couldn't find that. We did find that if you do Marie's taunt, the bunnies get like power up, like they move faster,
okay.
and they can and they get more hits. There's a really interesting thing that maybe some people will do when Marie is out. When you go up on the screen, basically the camera moves up, and they hide the bunny. So if one person like is not paying attention and they fall and the bunny is still there, they can catch them and they basically like hit them like for 3 or 7 hits. It's enough to like start a new combo there.
Damn, that's okay. That's actually pretty wild. I wanted to ask to go back on the movement. I know that when you said that she can like, oh, hang on, no, not yet. Give me a second. I gotta loop this. All right, there we go. Okay, we're good now. So, she can go higher, like in terms of like most. I think the highest in terms like compared to other Skullgirls characters with her movement. So she has 3 jumps technically. Like she has a double jump and then the movement to go up one more with her medium going upwards. Correct?
Correct. You can do 1 jump to like your launcher combo, your standard launch. You hit, the opponent goes up, then you jump, combo them. You can then cancel into another jump to extend the combo, and then you can use as one of her your heavy kick or your medium kick to go upwards a little bit more. But like that's for like to continue. I would say like it was a launcher, jump, standard combo, then medium kick or heavy kick for the bounce or the extension, and then another jump to catch them and continue the combo to the ground.
Okay. One of my other questions is her big fireball super, the Goku super essentially. My question is, the higher you are, would I'm assuming the more damage you would get on the character, or does that scale pretty hard after a combo?
It doesn't scale that hard. The thing is like the higher you are, the slower that thing is going to be, because the start animation for that is a little bit longer. So when you saw the footage of Killsage and Sonic Fox fighting with Marie, there was sometimes like they were trying to set up the spirit bomb but failing to do so because one would recover on time to block it. So the spirit bomb is not something like you will launch it and it's like a free hit on a stunned enemy. You need to set it up.
Gotcha. Okay. Interesting. Because I'm already thinking of ideas and theories like how that would work, especially if you DHC for it. Oh, another big question. Okay, how much meter is each super specifically?
Okay, so here comes the special mechanic of Marie. Marie can enhance her supers by spending extra bar.
Oh. Okay.
So when you see the blue flash when during the super with the skeleton hand that she's slamming you side to side, you're spending bar on that. to extend the combo and the damage.
Gotcha.
I think that's the only super right now that had that property. I think they were trying to implement the same for the other super, her level 1, that is the giant skeleton punch that comes from the sky. So if you spend bar during that, you get like a second or third punch, but each punch costs a bar.
Okay. I can see where you're going with it. It reminds me a lot of Tian from Dragon Ball Fighters, where he did the triangle super in the air and you could continuously use it, but it costs you health. But
Yes.
So definitely using the more bar to do more damage. This character's gonna be ridiculous. Like, just seeing what she can do right now, like she can basically take care of herself in terms of like having her own assists, like having like the damaged output to definitely like kill characters in this game is going to be pretty insane. But I saw that you were using the assist whip for like what did they say like which specific move assist wise would be best for her to use, or
they told me to use the spin, but the heavy version with armor.
Oh.
So similar like when we use Big Band's breast knocks or Cerebella lock and load, those hits have armor, so they can like take a hit and also hit the opponent. So they told me like it's best to use the heavy spin for armor. You can also try and use the skeleton. The other thing that she has, and I don't know if it appears on my gameplay, but it definitely appears on Killstage and Sonic Focus. She has a command grab. She uses the vacuum to absorb you.
Oh,
that hits.
That's a command grab? I thought it was like just a normal grab.
No, her regular grab is she grabs you and she makes a spin like a dance move and throws you.
Oh, you're right.
Her command grab is that she uses the vacuum, sucks you. If you're like far enough, it just pushes you near her. But if she catches you, she puts you inside the vacuum and then slams you into the ground.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so I think when I was talking to the stream last weekend in regards to what the properties of that vacuum is, we were trying to compare it to Robo Fortune's Magnet Super, where she does it and she sucks you in, but she can cancel out of it. Like how far does that command grab go? Like guesstimation, are we saying like maybe a character away or half a character in terms of like if you get hit by it?
It's very short. It's very short. It's like, let's say Cerebella's Merry-Go-Rilla. Like that's the distance that you can try and get. But like with Merry-Go-Rilla, like she extends his arm and grabs you like from, let's say, 2 characters away. So in case for Marie, that space that will be like the max range, and Marie in the middle, that's the vacuum portion of the animation that sucks you in and tries to get you near. But that's a risk of that grab, because you're making your opponent come to you, fail to grab them, and then they are right next to you to start a punish.
Could you cancel out of it, or are you, when you do it, you are fully committed?
You're fully committed, but it's the same like recovery time with Cerebella.
Oh, I see.
So if the opponent like doesn't react on time, like you can immediately start blocking.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so it's very much a very risk reward situation. If you get it to hit, then you definitely get that damage. But if you don't, you are going to get punished from the sense of things. Okay, that's good to know. All right, cool. Okay. My other question in regards to Marie is, in terms of, I'm not sure if I'm sure we can get this closest, honestly. did they hint when exactly she's coming out, or like in beta form?
Mostly they told me like they really want to have her before the end of the year. So they didn't give me a specific date, but they really want to have like a playable character, like playable, not like absolutely finished. Because we had that with Black Dahlia, that she technically was playable for everyone at the end of 2022, but in alpha version.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm suspecting like something similar to that, like same they did with Black Dahlia on mobile. Like they released her on mobile, but she was incomplete. She was lacking some of her supers.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I think like if they manage to finish the character on time, then we will be able to play her fully. But if not, then they will release their like alpha version, and in mobile like saying like complete character, but without some blockbusters or special moves, because those are not complete yet.
Okay. Gotcha. I've been predicting that she'll come out in beta form by October. Just because of two reasons. One, I feel like they're pretty far along in terms like what she is right now. Like, just kind of seeing how she was at this year's EVO in terms of like how much is completed, as well as like, hey, it would be funny if she was out in beta form in October, because Spooky Skeleton Halloween. So that's the reason why I predicted it. But it's good to hear that they're still trying to go for before the end of the year to happen.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Did they? This is going more to the story side. Like, have they mentioned like anything regarding what her story may look like for when she comes out, or the timeline in terms of like what happens with her?
The only thing that they told me was in her story mode we're going to see more about her backstory, like who she is, because most of the time with the game and with the webtoon, we have only known her from her time as becoming the Skullgirl. We don't really see, or we haven't seen like the events that push her to making that decision.
Gotcha. Okay, so we're gonna see the backstory to Marie, her origin story essentially.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. I'm very curious to see how that happens, because at the end of the Black Dahlia story, spoilers by the way, spoilers for those who haven't played the Black Dahlia storyline by the way. It was hinting at something with the gods, coming down to the Skullgirls world, and possibly in Marie's storyline, and I'm very curious to see like what are the implications of that. The other thing I wanted to ask, actually, because I just saw it on screen, the dash move she does after one of the attacks where she is like just scrubbing the floor, but she's dashing at you. Is that a follow-up move to whatever button she's pushing, or is that a command normal?
That's a command normal.
It is. Oh wow! What's the? What are the properties on that? Is it just is it just a running low, or is there anything to it?
Maybe. Well, I didn't test it that much. The main one that I tested more was the move where she's scrubbing the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Because that thing has a long animation. If you want to do it, it's like 8 hits.
Yeah, it reminds me of Miss Fortune's crouching light kick, or light punch. But like you were scrubbing the floor a lot.
Yeah, if you manage to get the 8 hits, she gets a special animation at the end. But
nice.
If it is better if you like cancel it with an assist during that, because if you get the final animation, like she just stays there like, hey, I did a great job.
That's awesome. That's cool. Okay. I'm trying to think of anything else. In terms of like, what did you find for Marie? Also, first off, thanks for like getting this footage, by the way. Like I was hoping like people would get some sort of footage for Marie outside of the Evo stage, just to kind of get more into the nitty gritty in regards to, you know, what she can do and you know how she can how she fits within the whole Skullgirls roster. What, in your opinions, that from the time you played, and obviously this is early, but like, do you think, like, where does she land on in terms of like how viable and how good she is versus the entire Skullgirls roster so far?
Right now, when I was like seeing the opinion of Sonic Fox and Wing Zero about the characters, right now, most of them, I think Annie's like the most well all-rounded character in the game. For them, Black Dahlia she has her tools, but she lacks in some areas. That's what they told me. So like she's like not that great in their opinion. Umbrella, for them, like most of them don't like her because her meter hunger system is like not very good. And well, in terms of in terms of those three, with Marie being not that complex on mechanics and gameplay, like she's not that complex like like a character like Annie or Black Dahlia, because if we see Annie, like she has a lot. If we see Black Dahlia, she needs to move a lot with her onslaught in order to get those extensions. But Marie doesn't have that. Marie only uses her normals, her specials, her setups. So in terms of accessibility, I'm going to say like a lot of people are going to like her because not having that complexity. But in the competitive side of things, like she's going to not be that appealing to some of the pro players.
Okay, interesting. So I know most of your content also goes into the SG Mobile side as well. Did they had an SG Mobile build of Marie there as well?
No, they only had like a normal version of the game, like developer version that had access to all the fighters, but no Marie, sadly.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. It would be very curious to see if they had shown that. SG Mobile is both a wonderful and crazy thing that has happened, because I often sometimes go back and just see what's going on, and I'm just amazed as far as like what they're doing with the game, with the characters, and just like why is Big Band's jumping light kick like low to the ground? What's going on? It's pretty nutty over there, man.
Yeah.
But I think usually, and you can correct me, but usually I think when it comes to newer characters that come to SG Mobile, they tend to be pretty good off the bat. If that's kind of what, because I remember hearing that Annie is like really high up there right now.
Yeah, definitely. When they try to make Annie playable for SG Mobile, they really try to like keep that feeling that she's the character with all the tools, like the longest combos, the perfect hits, the abilities, like trying to make her the best character in the game, and they definitely succeeded in translating that into mobile. Same with Black Dahlia, all her complex mechanics with the guns, with the bunnies, with the onslaught movement, like all that got very well translated into the game. Same with Umbrella, that if you need to learn how to manage your hunger meter in order to make her work to be stronger in the game, similar to Second Anchor. So in terms of Marie coming to SG Mobile, I really I'm wondering how are they going to implement her setups, because one thing that SG Mobile doesn't have in terms of gameplay that Second Anchor has is, one, there's no jumping, two, there's no cross-ups, and in terms of mix-ups, that's very limited because you cannot really go high or low. in the game. You just block,
That's right.
and
yeah.
also there are no overheads.
That is true. That is true. Oh, speaking of which, okay, is that I wanted to ask because when I first saw it, but like that, her like suplexing the skeleton, is that an overhead?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I was not sure if that was or not when I first saw it. I was like, is that an overhead or is that a mid? It's like it has to be an overhead. Okay, cool. Good to know.
It's very distracting because she, due to the size of Marie and like she's so close to the ground, like it tricks you. Like that can be an overhead, but it is.
Yeah, it definitely. I had my suspicions, but I was not too sure. But glad to know that it is an overhead. It's also a little slow though. I will admit it's a little slow, but from my time playing Squiggly, like her overhead is also slow as well. So I get that feeling it will still be really good at times, but possibly punishable when seen. Okay, cool. I'm trying to begin a question to ask. Is there anything else that you found with Marie that we haven't covered or talked about?
Let's see. Well, one thing is the site that she uses. Mostly when I was testing it, both versions, the one in the ground and one in the air, both are like unsafe.
Oh,
if the
really?
opponent blocks them.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Like maybe like you can, if the opponent doesn't know, because the site has two hits. The one when she hits it, and then the different razors come out. So there's like a gap between those animations, but it's a very tight gap. So I think if you're using like an invincible move, you can like stop her during that animation.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I thought when I saw that move, I thought if you got hit by it, then you will be automatically dragged in regardless. So.
Oh yeah. If you're not blocking and you get hit by that, you get like a push towards Marie.
Oh, okay. Is it something that automatically happens, or do you have to input a button for it to happen?
That's her heavy punch.
Oh, this is a default. Oh, okay. So, okay. That's interesting. Okay, gotcha. Huh. Okay. That's good to know. Again, I thought when I was watching the footage, prior that it was like some sort of like extra button you gotta push when you get hit by it, but no, it's just by default. That's what happens, and it's unsafe. Yeah. You said, right? When it's blocked.
Yeah, if it's blocked, like during the first time, like you see, like it hits and then the sides come out. During that time, during the moment the sides come back and you're still blocking, you can punish her.
Okay. Wow. And there's a gap there too. Okay, that's good to know. That's very good to know. Okay, so that move alone, you have to be like very careful in using in the neutral or in a block string. That's okay.
Yeah, but maybe they'll change it because this is a pre-alpha version and we still don't know what's going to be in the alpha version that they may or may not release.
Gotcha. That is true. I mean, like very much everything we were talking about could be all for naught because it is a pre-alpha version and there's a lot of changes left to be handled. So check back of us another another 5 months and we might be completely wrong about everything tonight.
Yeah. One thing that I asked them, both to the people at Hero Variable and to Persona Sama from Future Club, what was the standard or how did they decide which memes get into the game? Because with Marie, we've seen it all, that she's going to have the skeletons doing different poses whenever they appear to assist Marie. And most of the time, like they make like a round table with all the developers in the office. And if anyone has a fun idea to integrate into the game and there's budget for it, then they introduce it. Like for me, it was a surprise for me to know that for Black Dahlia, her winning screen is the cakes. So originally there were no cakes. It was just going to be the bunnies appearing and then tending to Black Dahlia. So when it was Persona or Black, I think that they suggested the cakes that they had the whole idea all prepared. Like they just show it to I think was Mighty Sug. When he saw the cakes, like, all right, let's do it. Let's do it. That's a great idea. Let's put it in the game.
Nice. Awesome. In terms of the colors she's gonna have, because as history has shown when it comes to Skullgirls, like every character in this game is a reference to many things, anime, other fighting games, or something else. There has been some colors that were shown off so far, but is there any more that have yet to unveil that you may know about, or anything of that nature?
No, sadly. The colors that you see, she only had 6 colors available in the pre-alpha version. One thing that they told me, it was, you know that to get a certain color in the game, you need to, if you want to go faster to that color, you have to make an input to get the color. So apparently there's like a small limitation with that, because they're trying to find, like, okay, with all the combinations of buttons that they've been making, apparently they've made all the combinations by now.
Oh, oh, I see. Gotcha.
So they want to expand on that, but like right now, they're trying to get all the characters who have the same number of colors. So when Marie comes, I believe the total amount of colors right now is around 32, I think.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
So when Marie comes out, like, she's going to have a lot of colors.
Nice. And it's always a fun time when it comes to what references they put in, and like what are some of the things that they put in terms of, like, oh, the reference to this game or this character. And obviously, when it comes to maids in fighting games, that's no secret. Like, obviously, you can have the maids from Multi Blood colors in there. You're gonna have some other characters I cannot think of at the moment from other animes and whatnot. But yeah, no, it's always a fun time. I always love people who, like, basically describe, like, oh, this is what this color references to. It's like, oh, cool, awesome.
Yeah, but also, if you've seen it now in mobile and recently, on Second Anchor, they are making like, let's say, premium colors, because we had Sonic Philia, when she uses a blockbuster, right, she turns into Supersonic.
Yeah.
Recently we had Black Dahlia, that she has a Toho outfit, and that comes with her own special effect. Similar with the Annie colors for Cerebella and Peacock. Like they've been working on making the color palettes more special with their own special effects.
Gotcha. Okay, so I was curious about that too, because I remember seeing that combo breaker where Philia, when she does super, just turns to supersonic, and which was a really cool effect. Is this something that they're gonna keep going with other colors for the other characters, or what's their plan there per se?
The plan mainly came from thinking about Skullgirls Mobile. Like in Skullgirls Mobile, we have the top version of all characters. That's the Diamond fighter. So they want to make all the Diamond fighters feel like they're unique, like their own special image. And also by creating that system to make the Diamond fighters look like special, they're moving those effects that they develop for mobile into Second Anchor. So if everything goes as planned, then we will be seeing like a unique or like a special premium color for each character in the future.
That's cool. That's super rad. I really love that direction they're going with, because we've always had these colors for such a long time, but like, and they're cool references to other characters. But the fact that like they're thinking about going in the direction of like, let's enhance these colors more to like even be more referential to what they're to what characters they're referencing to, that's actually really sick to see. So I am super excited to see what they do with the other characters in the games in terms of their colors. Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. I cannot wait for that. Okay. Outside of that, I don't have anything else to ask, but I can open it up to chat if you don't mind answering questions from chat in regards to Skullgirls, what you found at EVO and whatnot.
Sure. While you do that, also I wanted to talk from the announcement that we had about the new championship series.
Oh yeah. Go for it.
Because there was a very special like a comment from Kai when announcing that. If you remember, the Scholar Championship Series wasn't run totally by Hidden Variable or Lab Zero or Future Club. Those were run by a third-party company called eStars.
Mm-hmm.
So they are no longer working with eStars. So from what Mighty Suck told me, like, yes, this tournament series is going to be completely ran by Hidden Variable. So
Nice.
in terms of deciding which events, they haven't decided yet. They're going to be making an announcement of what events are going to be selected to be like the tournaments for that championship series, and also combining things with like, all right, let's make physical in-person tournaments and online tournaments. But when he told me about the online tournaments, I definitely had to ask like if there are going to be any quality of life improvements made to the online, because one thing that definitely limited the championship series last time was that they only could make it by region. So we had like only North American fighters or North American players, because if you try to make like the best player from Russia versus the best player of United States, definitely it's going to be a bit of problem with the online. So what they told me was that before making the announcement, they will definitely try to make some improvements into the online infrastructure of the game, so make it more stable, and then the tournaments could run a little bit more smoothly.
That's cool. So they're basically going to improve the netcode even more so than right now. That's wild, because the Skullgirls GGPO netcode is already good as it is, but to improve it more to the fact that we can get like other players from other regions to play in say in NA tournaments without much of a problem. That's the golden like goose right there. Like that's what I'm hoping for. And it's already good as it is, but like improving it much more, like that's almost on the same level as like what Project L is doing over there when it comes to like these made a 2.0 version of GGPO. So that's awesome.
But the thing is, like, maybe you have experienced the netcode mainly playing with people in the United States. But I remember there was a situation in the championship series where one of the players that qualified was from Mexico. Mm-hmm. And the problem was that his connection, like when trying to pair him up with players of NA, there were definitely some lag issues, so that player got disqualified and he couldn't compete. So that's one thing that they want to do, like try to improve that stability online when North American players try to play with people like from Canada, from Mexico, maybe from Brazil, because those connections like aren't that stable.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy right now. That's great to hear. Oh man, I cannot wait for those to happen. Did they hint at when those improvements will happen, or is it like
Not yet. They told me like they are investigating it, trying to make get the data and then improve things as they finalize the plans for the tournament. Uh, so we'll have to wait until next year to hear something about like improving the online and the quality of life of the game.
okay? That's awesome. Oh man. Oh, I am so happy right now to hear that. That's so cool. I love again. Shout out to Hidden Variable to continue to work on the game and improving upon it, like in ways that makes it better for everyone. Gameplay and also netcode wise, like that is just awesome to hear. I do have a few questions in chat that if you don't mind taking up. So let me scroll up here. So you were there in person at EVO. One of the questions was there anything cool about the trading cards there?
Yeah, the all the cards were there, and very much thanks to all the members at Hidden Variable, because when I approached their table, I asked them, "Hey, can I take the cards?" Like, and it was Juju who received me. Like, yeah, which cards do you want? And I told her that, yeah, I want all of them. And she told me like, all right, no problem. And she grabbed a bag and put all the cards
No
in there.
way.
I don't know if I got the whole collection yet, but I'm very happy. Like, I have a bunch of cards with me.
That's hilarious. I love the fact you just came up to like, got all the cards? Like, sure. It's like, oh wow, that's awesome. That's actually really cool. Damn. What I might have to ask you later on or maybe off stream, like, do you have any specific Skullgirl ones I can grab? But that's cool. That's great to know. So another question in chat, what do you think about Marie's assist? And we kind of covered it already, but like just to kind of say it again, like what did you think of her assist or the ones they suggested?
Mainly the assist that the developers recommend is her spin. Mainly, you can try and use the armor version, the heavy version, because that goes a good distance, and also you can absorb a hit from the opponent, similar when you use the brass knucks and the lock and load from Cerebella and Big Bang. You can also try use it to set up skeletons. Like I want to see in the future how people are going to use the laser from the giant skeleton to extend their combos.
Yeah.
Because it's like from what I understand, it was thanks to Black Dahlia's explosive barrel that they were able to develop that move and integrate it into Marie.
Okay. Nice. Okay, cool. I know that I saw like during the presentation with Sage and Sonic that like they were using that idea of using the laser assist from Marie in their exhibition, and I can definitely see a lot of setup with that. And it's gonna be nutty. Her combined with the other characters, there's gonna be some sort of like nasty setup that I'm pretty sure that's gonna lead into some hard unblockable. That's gonna be hard to avoid. But
also the punch, the super punch from the skeleton. Like maybe you set it up with an assist, cross your opponent, and then bang from the back you get hit.
Yeah. It's like it's funny. It's basically just Cerebella's lock and load, but like you can just set it up for however long you want, and you can just like move wherever you want, like behind, above, or whatnot, and then cross them up. It's really good from what I've seen so far in terms of like the footage shown. The other question I got from chat was there anything about improving the lobbies?
Yeah, I also asked them from that. Well, mainly, I think the lobbies are going to remain the same. The thing is that the improvements to the netcode and the online stability of the game may improve the experience for people on there. Also, I asked them if they could make the online uh, experience for new players better. Because right now, if you are a new player that you got your brand new copy of Skullgirls Second Anchor and you go online, let's say quick play, rarely you get paired up with another new player or someone that is on your same level, because the game says that it has a ranking system or like a point system, but you don't really see it.
Okay.
So maybe in the future, like it was a suggestion, but I asked them if they they talked about it or maybe had any plans to properly add a ranking system to the game, so new players can notice or see who is a player on their similar level. But that's on the working table. Like like maybe we will do that, but if we have the resources and the time to do it, do it.
Gotcha. And that's always been, it's not just only a Skullgirls thing. That is a universal like fighting game problem. That's it's hard to kind of figure out and to fix. I know that Street Fighter 6 has a system in place where it kind of works in a sense, like you be playing against players of your skill level when you go up, and then when you get to like master rank, now you got a whole new other league of players you can play against.
Yeah, but there's a complexity there because that ranking system is per character.
Yes, per character. Yeah. Where Skullgirls, it's like it's just you, the player, not for each character. It's a tough thing. It's a tough thing for not only Skullgirls but like for everyone else. Speaking of like quality of life issues, like was there anything else said regarding like what they would like to do for the game? Like I know that one of the things that I think in a video I was part of that, I think you might have told me about or had me in, but like I would like to see like better tutorials, like kind of like how Guilty Gear has it when it comes to their character tutorials and how a character works, because right now it feels like it's there but it's kind of outdated with some of the other stuff they put into the game.
Definitely, they want to improve the tutorials in terms of like they are very proud of how in depth the tutorials are. In terms on the like letting you know what the character does, what's their whole philosophy around the character, what moves you should use like more often, and also in the trials, like they try to teach you like, okay, maybe these combos are not optimal, but these are like the ones that you can start with and then go learning other stuff. But they understand that those tutorials for each character, like they've been made, like they are old, so it's so like it's on the list of things to do, like make the tutorials like accessible not only for new players but also like teach them how to go into the next level, like if they want.
Gotcha. Okay, and the tutorials are good. There's definitely some outdated ones that definitely should be updated, but I'm glad to hear that they still want to improve upon the tutorials. That's great to hear. Was there anything else in regards to, I guess, like non-gameplay related, like the lobbies or the tutorials or anything else? Have they said about like they're thinking about looking into or that they want to implement one day?
In things that they want to do for the future, mainly they're completely focused on finishing first season of the game. Once Marie is finished, there's still things to do. Most of the things that they've told me, like about improving the netcode, making quality of life improvements to the online experience, all those things, like they want to do it, but they will be done on time, because understand that Hidden Variable is not like that big of a development studio. In terms of like how many employers are there, how many hands they have to work with, how much budget there is to like implement all these things, and also trying to maintain not only the console versions of the game, since they have now a Switch version, Xbox, PC, PlayStation. they also need to maintain the mobile version of the game, and both of those things are two different products. Because for us mobile players, there's been a lot of features that we've been waiting for a long time, and I think that either they put the resources or making SG Mobile better, or they put the resources into making second encore better. So they are careful to decide like, okay, how much time do we have? How much development? How many working hands do we have? And how do we locate those resources to make both experiences better?
I see. Wow. So okay, it's okay. That makes sense too, because like they are definitely working on both products at the same time. Also, I didn't realize until now that like they are a balancing act of like, you know, how much time and resources do you want to spend on one game versus the other, given they're both essentially cousins, I guess I would say, in terms of like, you know, one's a far, you know, first person. One is it's an actual fighting game. The other one is a fighting game like on mobile. So yeah, that is that, and it's carried to two different crowds. So that's actually a very good point you brought up, and something that absolutely, you're completely right on that and what they said. Okay, so my next question would be, and obviously they're very busy in trying to get Marie done and get her ready for a second encore, and also for mobile. But have they hinted at, or was there any indication of like, you know, what's going to happen after Marie is done? Is there going to be a season 2 of Skullgirls? Anything of that nature?
Yeah, I asked them. Possibly two routes. Maybe I suggested. If once Marie is done and out, there are still things left, because I understand that we still don't have complete voice acting in the story modes for the new characters yet. So that thing is still like a work in progress. In terms of like a season 2, maybe, because I understand from the long ago post from the people at Lab Zero, like the only way the Skullgirls storyline can be finished, it was get Annie, get Black Dahlia, get Marie, and one of the goddesses. So still there's so either Aeon or Venus get added to the game, or maybe the mother of the Trinity. That will be like the final character that is left to properly finish the storyline. But we will only see it if they get season 2. So in terms of like getting a season 2, the only thing that I got from Mighty Suck was if everything goes well with Marie and the DLC for her like sells well or improve or gets more buys from the season pass, and also she's very successful on mobile, then that would be a good indicator to start developing a season 2.
Nice. Okay, I had a feeling because I had when we were co-streaming the event and we saw the what was being shown, I had a feeling that it's gonna come down to how much Marie's gonna sell, and let me tell you, buddy, Marie's a very popular character. She's a very popular character, even like on her own, when it comes to like the things that like, you know, most people like, especially in the anime weeb section. Like, okay, cute girl, maid outfits, and she has cool skeletons. She's gonna sell a lot of money. Huh? She has that trope of the anime maid girl. Not to mention the colors. Not to mention the colors that she's gonna be referencing to a bunch of other animes. I'm assuming. So I think that she's gonna do very well in both spaces. I think specifically mobile is going to be where she's going to like sell the most, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely. Somehow, mobile has kept Hidden Variable alive for like 5 or 6 years.
Oh
Thankfully.
Yes, you guys have saved our asses. Like you guys, like it's without the mobile scene, like we would not be here today. It's pretty insane, but yes, you guys are the goats over there, keeping us alive.
We're only the crazy people that spend like $100 just to get like the same fighter over and over.
Oh, okay. I got another question here from chat. This is from my mod. Which character would you want in season 2 if it happens?
All right, so I definitely want Panzerfaust.
Oh, okay.
And I'll hold on the other thing because I asked the same questions to the members at Hidden Variable during my interview with them. I printed out the sheet of with the different characters that were proposed for the fan voting during the Kickstarter. And everyone gave me their answer, like who would they want to see on a season 2. Because aside from one of the goddesses, if they get like 4 more characters for the next season, it's going to be like 1 important character, like one of the goddesses, and maybe 3 fan favorites.
Oh, okay. Because I can tell you right now, like, obviously, look, I'm gonna be biased here because I run the SG Molly account on Twitch, on YouTube, on Twitter. So I would love to see Molly in the game. So bias aside on that one, like I would love to see Molly. I like to see Stanley. I would love to see Stanley in the game. I think that'd be really cool. And I would also say Manette too, but
you're not alone on your answer. There are some people on the inside that want to see Molly with her mech be on the game.
Hell yeah. I honestly hope that if they do, like, to be some reference to me in the game. It's just like, oh, I think one of the funny suggestions was like that my chat told me, so like they should have like some sort of thing that says like that says claw on like the on the mech itself somewhere, or like one of her win poses is like, I got to report on these results later on, and it's like a reference to me. But that's just me just like hoping for that. But that's actually good. That's awesome to hear that there's people on the inside that want it.
Maybe because like how more you will be satisfied with a voice line, or like a direct reference like a color or an action.
So I mean I'll be happy with anything, honestly. Like I'll be okay with anything. But if sky's the limit in terms of like what I would like to see and want to happen. Like as you can see on stream, I am a VTuber. If I can be like one of the NPCs in the background, but as my VTuber form, like that'd be awesome. I would love that. So. But again, like outside of that, like anything else, I'm fine with. Like I'm just like, yeah, if it happens, cool. If it doesn't, then it's it's whatever, it's fine. I'll also be very happy that Molly's in the game. So either way,
we can only hope that things go well. We see a season 2, and maybe we get those fan favorites into the game.
Absolutely. Yeah. Sorry. So yeah, outside of that, I can't think of anything else, and unless chat's got some more questions to bring up, I think we're done. I'm not done streaming. I got another half hour to go. But like I would say my last question to you is in final thoughts on what you played, like what you think of Marie, as well as like I guess Skullgirls in general, like in the near future.
For me, Skullgirls is in a good place right now. I understand that recently we had some things that put the public opinion of the game the wrong way. But for me, everything is like in good hands. The developers like really are passionate about the game. They really care for it. They wouldn't do something like they understand that will hurt the product like long term. They are trying to work with what they have because they are not like a huge developer, so understand that whenever there's a limitation or we don't get something like for a long while, then that's because uh, we literally like our hands are full with all the things that are currently on development. Uh, as for Marie, that definitely like if she's not that complex of a character, for me, I'm going to play her because I'm not that great at complex characters, like characters that require a lot of movement, lots of inputs. So seeing Marie like being uh, appearing game like mostly like a semi-boss character, like it's very fun. From what I've played with her, I had a lot of fun. Mainly like trolling people with a side switch spin. Like that was very funny. Like playing someone and just like left, right, left, right, left, right. It was very fun. Uh, so definitely, like when Marie comes out, like she's going to, for me, it's going to be a success. Like people, the people from mobile are going to be very happy with her references, with her colors, with whatever power they gave her, and the people that are fans of Second Anchor will definitely love her um, either from gameplay, her story mode, or all the things that she can do because she's definitely being developed as to be a character for everyone, a character that anyone can play, no matter like your experience with Skullgirls.
Nice, nice. The question did pop up in chat that I think is actually something I totally forgot about. That definitely I do want to know if you found out info for. Silverwing asked in chat, is there anything about the balance patch? Like when do you expect to see it, or what characters are getting changed?
From there was no mention about a future balance update. I think there's going to be one during the development of Marie because during the development of Black Dahlia, there were definitely some changes to some characters. So maybe in the future we will see which characters are going to be buffed or nerfed. Definitely, from what I talked with the developers, they like see the data they have recollected. They see like a bunch of matches, how people are using the characters, which characters are not getting that much representation or use. So whenever they see like, okay, this character is like underperforming, or we would like to see like more people interested in the character and try to like improve their on their fortes and make them like better, then they decide that along the way. But as for a confirmation for a balance patch, we can only hope that during the development and release of the Marie Alpha, we'll see other characters getting changes.
Nice. Okay. I do remember hearing that a balance patch was going to happen, but we haven't heard much since then. So I've been kind of waiting and curious to see what exactly is going to happen. It's always a fun time when it does happen. Like the meta like changes again, so it's like, oh, this character is now better than before, or yeah. It's this character got nerfed to hell. Please nerf Peacock. Swear to God, please make it happen. Yeah. It's always a fun time regardless. Praying for fortune.
Okay, I'm seeing like a question that appeared over here. What will be the color palettes that you will possibly give to Marie apart from the Pico color? Well, yeah, she definitely will. I think that she will definitely have a color palette on reference to Peacock. As for like color palettes, I definitely want to see in the future, like as her premium color, like something that makes like the energy she has in her boss version, like seeing and also in her artwork, like you see like the wings, the energy wings I following with her, like something like that as her special color palette.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be cool to have some sort of reference to her, like, to her boss form. I would like. I mean, I also, now think about it, I would like to see some sort of reference to her 200% Marie in her skins, or maybe like a throwaway quote she'll say.
Oh yeah, it will be great if somehow her Bloody Mary palette gets in.
I hope one of her lines is something about 2 weeks. Would be great. It's like, yes, the meme. Oh, that's funny. That would be great. That would be great. Cool. Again, thank you, Drexo, for joining me for tonight. Before I let you go, where can they find you on the internet?
Of course, if you type in on youtube.com/stormdrexo or just Drexo, you can find me there. Also on Twitch, I am at twitch.tv/stormdrexo. And on Twitter, I'm at Drexo_social if you want to see whatever I post there. Also, I was there to see the 86 booth, and managed to get the t-shirt. I didn't know that it was a limited, like, a product that we're going to sell only at EVO.
Yeah, so, I didn't know about that either until they announced, like, yes, we are releasing a new exclusive EVO t-shirt. It's the redesign of, like, the original EVO t-shirt back in the day. And when I found out, I was so bummed. I was like, I wish I was there to get that. But that's still awesome. It's still cool to see. So I'm both happy but also very jealous at the same time.
Yeah, so if anybody of you want some cool Skullgirls merch, definitely check out 86. I also got the Samsung hat, the one that has his teeth.
Nice.
But it has like a very cool design underneath the cap. Yeah, you have like a brain design.
Nice. Sick.
It's very neat.
Yeah, it's a cool hat. I think was it my Wonder Chef down here has it as well. He likes to wear it a lot. So yeah, it's definitely a cool hat. I will definitely get it one day. But awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. So again, thank you so much for joining me, and thank you again for displaying all this information to me. This was very viable information, and some of this information I didn't even know about until you told me tonight. So I'm excited to see what happens with Skullgirls and to see what the future looks like, and it's sounding and looking like going to be pretty good. So I can't wait to see what happens.
Definitely be on the lookout on my channel. There's going to be like a 1 hour interview with Mighty Sug and also Jesse, the engineer and the programmer of the Skullgirls engine at Hidden Variable. I need to work on that and also get an approval, because there may be some things, I don't know, maybe because when we finished that interview, Mighty Sug told me like there were maybe some stuff that they couldn't say. Some like development secrets or something. I didn't think like some of their answers were like that crucial, or like spilling out the secrets of things they have prepared. But definitely be on the lookout for that interview. I had a lot of fun talking with Sug and also Jesse.
Nice. I cannot wait. More than likely that when it's released, I will definitely be watching. I'm assuming it's in English, correct?
Yes, all in English.
Okay.
So the thing that I need to edit is the subtitles in Spanish for my viewers.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm excited for when it comes out, when it's fully edited and done. I will be more than likely will watch it on stream on this Twitch channel and YouTube and everywhere else I stream on. And I would definitely love to check it out and what they say and what small details they're hinting at for the future. But that's cool. That's awesome. Sweet. So again, thank you, Drexo, for joining us. Yeah, I hope you have a good night. I'm still gonna go on for about maybe 15 more minutes, talk to my chat, and then we'll end the stream.
All right. Have a great night, and everybody else in the chat. Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening to me, and also thank you to Claw Monster for inviting me.
Oh yeah, no problem. And again, like thank you for taking the last minute call to join me tonight to talk everything about what happened at EVO. So thank you for joining me.
Awesome. Everyone, have a good night.
Okay, can you guys hear me now? Am I normal now? Oh, and I got subs. Okay. Okay, so that means if I'm getting subs, that means that it's working. Okay. I have no idea why that happened. I no idea. Glad it was now and not later.